New Ages world, what's crack-a-lackin'? Somebody give me a 5 for 5, and we'll get going here. Guys, we've had some more eruptions on the sun, but we've had this is SDO right here, so I'll be able to show you guys some of this. As you can see, the satellite right there just got rocked. that is Space Weather most likely hitting that satellite, and we will go over it. We're going to talk about all these things, these filaments here in the front that have been just, yeah, very busy here as far as filaments, and not too many flares right now, but yeah, we're going to go with that. Now, guys, SOHO is this satellite sits right in front of the sun, right in front of us, always looking at the sun. Over here at Seeds, this is where I usually come to show it to you guys. Seeds is having issues, so I can't get that data, but we can look at it over here at NOAA. Not as in depth because it doesn't really have a black and white difference, which is a black and white version of it, and that's usually what I like to show because we can see the eruption better. As you can see here, this is the same view as it's zoomed out, so I'll be able to show you some of this, but you know, it is what it is. Now, let me do this real quick. Are we 5 for 5, by the way? I just want to make sure we're good to go here. Hey, Miss Dragon. Oh, okay. So the fan noise is loud? Okay. I can fix that. We can fix that just like that. Not a problem. Thank you for saying that, miss. Appreciate you. Faux show. Hopefully that's better. So yeah. Hopefully I'm not too quiet there. I don't know why my thing would be quiet, but it is what it is. And I did not even transition over to that, did I? What an idiot. Yeah. So I kind of just jumped in here real quick. Hey V, hope you had fun last night. I was worried about you. I really was. Really was. Okay, cool. Cool. Sorry about not flipping over to that screen. I've been trying to do a quicker, yeah, thank you, Cheryl. Been trying to do a quicker intro because people tend to stay longer. I do want to give you guys like a 30-second, right at the beginning, kind of countdown of what's going to happen throughout the video. I got that advice from Dex, and ever since I've done that, guys, things have been good as far as that goes. I do think I was taking way too much time with my intro and all that. I'm starting to understand those things a little bit better. I guess it just took somebody I could trust, like Dex or Adam or somebody like that, to tell me what was up. I just, you know, yeah. So let's just kind of get into it. Now I'm going to mention something here. And first off, right as I was, hey, Evolution Studios, are we quiet or are we better now? I mean, I could turn it, actually I can, also, guys, yeah, before I go any further than that, too, you guys, the chat there kind of had me looking at this. This is a great hub. It's called Track the Tropics. If you guys ever want any information of any kind of whatever website, whatever, like, agency, schools that run models, come here. This is in my description. I'll go ahead and put it in the chat here. Actually, I'm going to start asking the mods to do that stuff for me because it does distract me, and it's just a lot easier so I can just keep, you know, kind of stay on point. But I am going to post that one anyway. Hey, Arlia, good to see you. Hey, Arlie, what's up, bud? It's way jizz, by the way. You know, guys, I will spin off here just for a second because this is a positive kind of funny story. Harry there, was it Harry? Harley, just, you know, called me Wagers. When I played baseball as a kid, every time I come up to bat, they announce your name, and it was always Wagers. It was, I would stop. My dad finally said, just stop, look up at him, and tell him to pronounce it the right way. So I started doing that, and eventually people got caught on. It's just a little side story, sorry. But yeah, guys, please come over here to Track the Tropics. If you want to know anything about this hurricane, like really quick, you guys can see all the models and stuff it has. Obviously, this is big news right now. This is they're saying category 4, possibly even category 5, like gusts and things like that. This has the potential to be deadly. Not only are they saying that this thing is big and going to be powerful, it's moving rather quickly to the north once this thing starts to move, from what I understand. So they're talking about, like in Georgia, guys, like up in here, 120 mile an hour sustained winds. And whether that comes to fruition or not, I don't know. Guys, that's intense. Usually when these things hit the coast, they do not stay that strong very long at all. Hey, Trinity. Hey, yeah, guys, she just did a live stream too. I didn't even know she was live. I had my phone off. We were eating dinner, and I went ahead and popped my phone on. I seen the notification. But yeah, go over and rewatch her video, whatever she was doing. I haven't had a chance to go over and check it out. But yeah, please do that. But this is going to be a big one, guys. And they're talking about record breaking for some of these areas that have never seen these kinds of conditions. Nowhere close. And remember, guys, September is the height of the hurricane season. So keep that in mind. The sound is bad. Oh, okay. Hold on a minute. Daggone it. I know what I was doing. Here we go. Goodness. Yeah, Ryan Hall is awesome. Ryan Hall is the best in the West and the East and everywhere in between. That's going to be better for you guys. It has to be. Yeah, I don't care. Go ahead, Harley. Call me wagers. I don't really care. I really don't. But yeah, check out Ryan Hall. Guys, you know what happened there. I'm going to tell you what happened with my sound there. You guys are going to laugh. I'm laughing because it's embarrassing. I didn't have my headphones plugged in. So you guys are actually listening to the mic that was built into my laptop. Oh, how embarrassing is that? Oh my gosh. Well, I jacked the front of this video up bad, didn't I? Wow. I could probably even turn the fan on now because the fan was blowing towards that. Let me know if you guys can hear a fan. If it's really, really low and not that annoying, I'm going to leave it on. It's hot in this room I'm in. So please let me know if it bugs anybody and I will shut it back off. Okay, so that was about 10 minutes of just a bunch of bull. But guys, when I first came over here and I pulled up the chat, and this is kind of for my mods and everybody else out there. First off, when you're modding with a telephone, it is very easy to hit the wrong button. So, hey, thank you, Peg. I appreciate that. Okay, cool, guys. Thank you. And I am sorry about that rookie mistake. That was pretty bad. Hey, Zakali. But yeah. So when I first popped on, there was an account right at the beginning that had dropped like 4 things in a row. So it was a repeat text and it was big. It was spamming. It was some talking about religion of some sort. And but anyway, if any of my mods, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's saying, "Hey, everybody, come over here to this website, and you're going to get $5 million for, for 4 gold bars or something crazy." All the way down through there. Just get it out of there. That's spam. Don't even time them out. Hide it. That's an immediate block. Okay? That's just a little instruction for the moderators. You can tell when it's spam. But yeah, Stephanie hit the wrong button earlier, Cheryl. Just so you know, I think you already. Yeah, I'm assuming you guys have already talked about that. I haven't looked. Hey, Ron, thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Once again, coming up in there with those, and we are going to do a members only here, most likely tomorrow. I'm hoping maybe my goal is, guys, with that is to try to get one in the morning and one in the afternoon or in early evening, and that way I kind of hit everybody's time frame. just to give everybody a fair shot at being, being on here. But anyway, guys, check this out. This is SDO, and what this is extreme ultraviolet. Now, this satellite, again, I'm going to show it to you real quick, and I am not going to go into no big explanation, okay? Just so everybody understands, I explain this all the time. So if you really want to know more about this, where this satellite's at, please come over here. This is SDO. One of my mods can throw that in the chat too if they want, but it's in my description box. But as you can see here, guys, and by the way, Ron, thank you so much. Anybody got those gifted memberships, please tell him thanks. So this thing keeps its eye on the sun, and it's in geosynchronistic orbit. So it rotates itself to keep its eye on the sun. But because geosynchronicity, what's happening here is it never leaves this figure 8 pattern. So in other words, you're not going to come over here and look and this figure 8 pattern be way over here. It will stay here. It's rotating, it's orbiting the Earth at the same speed that we rotate around our axis. So that's where the satellite's at. And we can get different imaging here. This is the 171 angstrom of light, okay? All other light is not there. Only the wavelength 171 is there, okay? Now, they can assign that whatever color they want. Now, this particular wavelength of light sees specific gases, and so what we're seeing here, you're going to see a lot of the corona, the atmosphere of the sun, in the 171. Now, did you guys just see that? That is space weather most likely hitting that satellite. Okay, it can jolt it like that. Now, I showed you guys this filament here yesterday, and I tracked it all the way back like that. Remember? I didn't show you this version, and I meant to. And the reason why I wanted to show it to you is because we were able to see something pretty cool, actually. If you come down through here, you can see the charged particles, and I'll point it out, moving through this magnetic filament. Can you guys see that right there? See that? Now, the magnetic filament has a sheath, right? It's got to have a sheath. That's just what happens with filaments. Basically, and then, so what's happening is the charged particles are traveling on that. And we're able to see those particles because of the movement. So, yeah. So you guys can see that thing kind of jolting there a little bit also. But, yeah, you can see other filaments here. I showed you guys what was, I called it a somewhat of a lake of fire. That's what they call it when you get these things that kind of peel up in the middle of the sun, or anywhere on the sun, but they kind of peel back. And it looks like a canyon opens up. A canyon of fire. I said lake of fire, didn't I? That's the biblical stuff coming out in my mouth there. Anyway, so watch what happens right in here. And I'll point it out when it happens exactly. You see that right there? Let me pause it. I'll take it back a little bit, and we will just kind of rotate that back and forth. Can you kind of see that? Now, if you're on your phone, this may be difficult to see. So I apologize for that. So this is what it looked like, right? Now watch the haze. You're going to see it kind of sparkle and kind of like look like yellow glitter. So watch what happens here when I go forward. Okay, right? See how it kind of peeled back right there? That was an eruption. Okay, that was particles moving on in the corona there. So sometimes when we see those, that means the CME is blasted off from there. We do get some pretty big CMEs from those kinds of eruptions. Okay, but as you can see here, watch up here in the North Pole here of the sun. I'm moving backwards. You guys see that? Okay. Now, let me get it here. I'm going backwards, so that's why it looks like it's coming from top down and all that. I'm going to go back forward here in just a second. Okay, so we're going to go forward now. And you're going to see a CME here on the backside. Right about there. See that lift off? Okay. We wouldn't see this in too many other angstroms of light. That's why I'm showing it to you here. That lifted off. Now, some of that could have been on the front side, and absolutely none of that is coming at Earth. Just so you guys know. Okay? So, and I don't usually show you guys this particular angstrom because it is kind of hard to understand other things that we talk about with this particular angstrom. And it's looking at a specific gas. The sun's made up of a bunch of different gases. Okay, you know, we got 4 states of matter: solid, liquid, gas, and then plasma. Plasma is nothing more than charged gas. It's a gas that has a charge, right? So if you go to Taco Bell and eat dinner and stick your finger in the light socket, we'll just call you plasma. I'm just kidding. That's a joke. But as you can see here, there's stuff here that we can't see, right? Because it's not showing up. But there's other things that show up better. Like over here. Watch these arcs poke up here. See that? Now, we seen that yesterday on the 131, I think. I showed it to you. But here, look how much more visible it is. You can actually see when the energy gets to the top of that, and it flares almost. Watch. Right there. Look at that. Okay? So probably what happened there was probably a magnetic connection line here, that a field line that was broken, and it reconnected right in front of your eyes right there. So watch watch what happens here. Oh, I went backwards. Sorry. Okay, and I'll slow it down so you can see it right there. Right? You guys see how that's happening? It's as if it comes out of nowhere. So basically what you had was a filament right there, or a magnetic line, and it was probably broke, and then it reconnected right there. And that's why it appeared to like just come out of nowhere right there. Okay? So the line was there, we just couldn't see it. So I'm pointing that out because that's exactly what I'm talking about with a magnetic reconnection when we're talking about sunspots in general. Okay? So yeah. Let me see something here. Give me 1 second, guys. I do apologize. I do want to I'm going to try to show you guys some Aurora photography that was sent to me also. Okay? So, with that being said, and yeah, guys, please share this out. I know this video is probably not going to get very many views. When I screw up at the front of the video like that, it really does jack it up a lot. Unfortunately, so sharing this out and stuff is going to be pretty critical on this one. But I'm not sweating it. It's no big deal. It's just, you know, I'm human. So anyway, I won't be able to show you this. I can show you stereo A. And again, this is yeah, look at that. Well, that's, yeah. Let's go back to the previous day here. So you're not seeing much. There wasn't like any kind of huge eruptions today. But we still got space weather. So let me get rid of that. Now this is NOAA. We also got a coronal hole up here. We will connect to that. Now, remember guys, I just showed you guys this one, that CME up there. That's really close to that coronal hole. Now, does that make a difference? Not really. Only thing, if it was down here, it might. And if the eruption was up here, close to it, because you got particles flowing out. So whatever polarity that is, it can actually help steer CMEs one direction or the other. So, you know, we just got to kind of keep that in mind. Okay? Man, I'm sorry I jacked the audio up. I bet it sounded really bad. That bothers me. I'm sorry, guys. I really am. It really does. It just really just like jacked me up. I'm sorry. I need to just forget it and keep moving. But guys, you got the sunspots here. Again, I tell you what, probably better off to show it to you here. Now, this is just a still image, but this is the latest imaging. And this is the size of the Earth, obviously, because it says what? Earth scale. But this sunspot over here is like 3 to 4 Earths wide. So that kind of gives you a sense of how big these things are. You can come over here to Helio Viewer and scroll in and out and get really up close and personal if you want. Or you could do something like this and go really far back. HelioViewer is pretty cool. I mean, you can see a lot of different satellites on here too. If I was to take you guys over here to data source, you can change whatever observatory. When they say observatory, they're most likely they're talking about a satellite. Okay, I know that most of us are programmed to think, oh, observatory, where's that at? Nevada or White Sands, and those are observatories, right? But they're not a satellite. We see a lot more when you eliminate the Earth's atmosphere. Okay, so, and it's also colder in space. So when things are colder, you take better pictures. I'm not sure if anybody knows that. A lot of you guys probably do, but some of you might not. Hey, Deep Quake, thanks, brother, for the 10 gifted memberships. You guys are just killing it, man. I mean, I can't even tell you how it humbles me, guys. It really does. And I want you guys to really know that. And I kind of feel bad because I don't give it as much attention as I used to. But I also know that bugs people. So even the people that donate, they don't want me just sitting there screaming it all the time. Thank you, thank you, thank you, you know. You say it too much and then it loses its power. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want it to do that. There's just not a word to really express how grateful I am for that stuff, guys. I mean, it's just really not. But, so, we got the magnetosphere here. Our magnetosphere is generated from our magnetic field and then space weather interacting with it. And it, you know, the sun's off to the left, so most of our space weather comes from the sun, right? That's the most influential thing in anybody's life, whether people want to admit it or not. It is, okay? It controls almost everything. As far as weather patterns, vegetation, the way we eat, the way we feel. It can affect the human resonance, which can give you tendinitis. I mean, guys, there's so many body aches, pains, all of this, right? Also, when we get hit with certain radiation from the sun, you know, that's not good for you too. But it does good things for us too. It does a lot of good things for us. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't here, right? We are in that Goldilocks zone, and I think all of us have heard that before. So where we're orbiting, you know, it's just one of those zones that, yeah, is able to sustain. So, but anyway, this is the bow shock. This is the first point of contact, space weather to our magnetic field. All right, that's called the bow shock. And this is speed. Now, earlier today, I recorded a small video, but I'm not going to show it to you right this second. I wish I had downloaded it because it's on my phone. I'll show it to you guys tomorrow because you can almost see the poles. And I'll explain tomorrow. I'm not going to even try to do that today. But, so if we come over here, again, Dr. Tony Phillips is talking about the McPherson effect, Russell McPherson. He's the one that was talking about how we see the cracks open up and stuff during the equinoxes, spring and fall. Okay, we see it a lot. Aurora love it. For whatever reason, we get cracks at this time of year. Okay, and then you know you get charged particles flowing in, interacting with the molecules in the air, and it excites them. So if it excites an oxygen molecule, when the oxygen molecule is trying to get back to its stable state, right? It puts off a color, and it's green. Okay, for the most part. And then the red ones is nitrogen. It's important to understand that because it lets you know how deep these things are getting, because those two particles or molecules I just talked about, oxygen and nitrogen, we are, the majority of those live in certain layers of our atmosphere. So when we see nitrogen, that means it's getting down deeper, okay? Which typically will indicate a stronger hit, okay? So let me go back here and show you guys what's been going on today. Look at this, okay? We've been in really close to geomagnetic storming all day. We've been up and down, guys. I mean, essentially we've been at a G1 almost all day. Now we got close to a G2. I showed you guys that yesterday. Did I even pull the HP up? I did not. So let's get the HP up here. This is the KP. These are 3-hour averages. Okay. I'm going to show you the same indice, but they do 30-minute averages. So it gives us more of a real-time type of feel. So yeah, so let me change. Well, it's up here. This is a German website, by the way. So I changed that to English. Now, if you were to go back here, right, we seen it yesterday get to 6, which is a G2. It did that for like an hour. So officially, we never got to a G2, but because of the average time, the 3-hour block. So the other 2 hours were average low enough that it brought that down from a 6 down closer to a 5. So we ended up with a G1. But you can see how we've been flirting with it all day. Okay? It does look like things are starting to calm down. Now, is that going to hold? Probably not. But I do want to mention over here on SDO too, as we talk about this, I'm going to back that off and go to a different angstrom. We're going to go to the 211 here. And the reason why, we're able to see coronal holes. Okay? Coronal holes show up really well on this one. It's the purple one. And again, it's the 211 version, which is the 211 angstrom, the wavelength of the light. So when we see these coronal holes open up, one thing, I can't tell you why. I don't understand the science behind it. I could if I was to dig into it. But you can go look at the data and you can see a clear uptick in seismic activity when we are faced with coronal holes. It's in the data. You can see it. Okay? I mean, it's not even hard to see. That's what I'm trying to say. Nobody denies any of that happens. The discussion starts to come in is why. Why is that happening? And how does this work and all that? That's where people start, arguing and all that kind of stuff. Not everybody argues about it. Some people are able to work together and try to figure things out. But for the most part, you hear a lot of arguing on the internet. So I'll just leave it at that. But, so that coronal hole there, it's not very big. And it is in the northern hemisphere, closer to the pole. We'll probably connect to it, but it probably won't do a whole lot. Okay? So, why is that black? Because the surface of the sun is colder than the atmosphere. Okay? So, with that being said, the darker colors here are indicating a colder temperature. So, that's why. But you can tell here, guys, I show you guys this one a lot when I want to show you guys a shock wave going across the sun when we have a big eruption or even small ones. Okay? And right now we're not seeing a whole lot of that. But I wanted to show it to you here because you can see that. Now there's that other anomaly I was showing you earlier over there. What I was kind of calling a canyon of fire. And it's not really a canyon of fire because it didn't open up real big. But you'll be able to see it here when this rotates back through, when the time lapse snaps back over. And I'll point it out when it does it here. But we also got this filament. Guys, we're got to pay attention to filaments. But watch right here. You see that? Okay? So, yeah, that was a small little eruption. Now, sometimes a series of small CMEs hitting Earth can be more geo-effective than just one big power shot. Right? So, just let me say that. Now, what I'm going to do here, again, this is the Australian Magnetosphere model. This is the same, this is their version, basically a simplified version of this. Okay? That just updated. That looks like we just took a hit. Let me look. Nope. Okay, anyway. Where did I go here? There it is. So yeah, so there's your bow shock. This is the satellite line. That's where a lot of our satellites live. So if that bow shock gets up in here, it exposes the satellites to direct space weather. Right now, they're being protected by our magnetic field. Until our bow shock gets compressed enough, or our magnetic field gets compressed enough, that they actually go up on the other side without any protection from us. Sometimes that can destroy satellites. A lot of times what it does is it causes extra drag, and they start to slow down. Why is that important, right? Guys, they're not, it's not like a car when you get on the road and it stays in a lane, right? These satellites are in a continuous state of falling. And I know that sounds weird to a lot of people, but that's what's happening. And a lot of you guys understand this too. But these satellites are always in a state of falling back to the Earth. And they put them here for that reason. Because the speed of that falling keeps them there. It's the perfect position. It locks them in. Now, they do have to steer them once in a while. So when we get hit with these CMEs and stuff, this bow shock gets compressed. Our whole magnetic field does. But when these are exposed to direct space weather, or even not direct, if it's just an increase of particles, it causes drag. It's like adding extra sand to the sandbox and walking through it. Okay? It's going to slow you down. So keep that in mind. So when they slow down, they have to be steered back into place. And we've lost satellites for that reason. Okay? I don't want to go too much more in depth on that one. But here's your Aurora forecast for tonight. If you guys are out there, I would most likely say, especially given that we are around the equinox, I would say we'll probably see things a little further south. Okay? If it's just sporadic even, like cracks here and here, all of that. So, what I'm going to do here is I am going to, I think I can just, I want to see what that does. If that changes the view at all here. I minimized that, and I'm going to see if it did anything. If it didn't do anything, great. If you guys are still able to see everything the same way here, I'll be able to pull these pictures in and show you guys some of your guys' pictures you sent me. Okay? Come on. Is that clearing out or not? Did I not? There it goes. Okay. Just making sure. Yeah, I think it's okay there. Okay. So let me pull in some of these pictures, okay? Let's see here. I meant to have this all staged and I just couldn't get it done. Okay. Sorry guys. This thing is just, yeah. Oops. Okay, now let me, oh, don't want that. Sorry about that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I probably should have just showed you guys these tomorrow. But I'm only going to show you guys 4 or 5 of them right now. And I'll tell you guys who they came from. And we'll take a look at them, you know. Let's go down to this one. Okay. So I got these. Who sent me these? This came from Dawn in Washington State. Okay. So let me show you these pics. I think this first one here, I think it might have been enhanced a little bit. Just trying to draw it out some. But these other ones look like they're all natural. I'll have to ask Dawn. If Dawn's here, she can answer that if she wants. But some of these are just really, really cool. Like I can tell you right now, that one there is not edited at all. There is no enhancements there. You can tell by the foliage in the light pole there. But you guys can see these. These are the kind of photographs I want you guys to send to me if you can. Anytime you guys get these, I will show them every time. Okay, these are just, it's awesome stuff, and I wish I could show them to you, show all of them to you at once, but yeah. But these are from Dawn in Washington State, and I think they're from the other day. Okay, but like that one there, guys, you see how it's kind of blurry? So probably what happened here, she probably put a filter on it because she wanted to see what was actually there. You could tell it's almost got like that watercolor kind of crayon look. And that's okay. I mean, we're looking at it, and that's, I think it's this same pic. Okay? See that? See, she's kind of zoomed in here. This is the same pic, just zoomed out because her house is there. Or some house is there. So you can kind of see that. I just thought they were really, really cool, and great job, Dawn. Thank you for sending these to me. And I also got some stuff from a air show. I'll show you guys that tomorrow, though. Okay? But these are really, really cool. So thank you for that, whoever sent those in. I know Dawn sent them in, but I'm not sure if that's your name here on YouTube or not. Mist in the mountains? Take your phone. I made that same mistake. Take your phone outside. I promise you. Especially if you're living over there. You'll see them. That is no doubt. You're going to see them. Especially take your camera out there. They're probably there. It's just sometimes your naked eye can't see them. Okay? So, that's just a suggestion I would have. But this is what they're kind of thinking tonight. And again, guys, this Australian model, I'm going to back this up a little bit. Okay? So, you're seeing how that's, you know, our bow shock is there. We're going to kind of start bouncing around and all that. But, again, this is the same model as this. Okay? So, let me take you guys, go ahead and X out that. This is Track the Tropics. Okay? I understand that this is the biggest story going on right now. Okay? So, you know, it just is what it is. Oh, Marfugel's, he went early tonight. Wow. Okay. I'm sure about half of you guys are over there, and that's fine. Come back and watch me on the replay. If Marfugel's live, I'm getting ready to end anyway, guys. So once you guys head over there. But yeah, guys, so you guys can click on any of these. Okay? So I would highly suggest going over here to Track the Tropics and track this hurricane yourself. Obviously, some people don't understand what's actually happening here. You can learn a lot just from doing this, or you can, you know, listen to other people. They'll be showing you probably the same hub. But this is just a great hub. Ryan Hall, obviously. Reed Timmer. Those guys. Max Velocity. I've been with Max since he was 4,000 or 5,000 subscribers. I think he's got over 200,000 now. He's killing it. I love to see young people do that. It's awesome. But, so yeah, so if you want to know more about this hurricane, come over here. I do think this is going to be a fairly, I don't want to call it catastrophic or anything. This thing has potential to be, though, okay? I'm just going to say it. A lot of people are timid to say those kinds of things. In this case, I'm not really that timid because I think this could be very, very bad. And I know that the people that live here, they deal with hurricanes anyway. So they're already, you know, abreast of everything that's going on. So I'm not too worried about that part. If it was me and I lived in any of these areas, I would already be gone. So that's just what I'll say. Yeah, Max is good, isn't he, Deep Quake? Hey, aloha, Kathy. All right, guys, I am going to go ahead and pop off. I know it's kind of a short show. We don't have a whole lot of eruptions right now. They are saying that we could get back up into storm level here anytime soon. But it's just going to be G1, G2 type of stuff. So I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys for everybody that gifted memberships. I'm going to try to do a members-only stream, okay, tomorrow. So look for that. If you guys are members or just got your membership, click that bell, okay? That way you know when I post it. I'll try to give you guys a few hours warning. We have fun over there. You know, watching Zoom Court and everything else. It's hysterical. We have a lot of fun. I didn't expect to have that kind of fun. And I'm really enjoying those. So thank you guys. Thank you guys for supporting in that way. It's a, yeah, you don't have to, and it humbles me. Straight to my core. So thank you guys so much. But, alright guys. I know this wasn't my best performance here, guys. I know I jacked it up at the beginning. And because of that, it kind of jacked me up throughout the whole video, really. I kind of feel that way anyway. So I'm sorry if I wasn't up to par today. I do apologize. I won't be that way tomorrow. I will, yeah, I won't be that way tomorrow. So, anyway, guys, God bless. Yahusha saves. And as always, you can drink this Kool-Aid.